Welcome to my talk show in the sports of doom on this episode starts right now. Hello everyone, I'm Hunter Vickers. Welcome to the sports desk office where we're going to be talking about team leaders from the NBA, the NHL, and the NFL and MLB. So first we're going to talk about the leaders for the NBA for the Nuggets. So the first one is the team leader is Nikola Jokic, of course. He averages 26.2 points, 12.7 rebounds, 8.0 assists, steals 2.0, blocks 0.9. Now for the NFL. We got our passing yards guy, Bo Nix, the best in the world. 3,775 rushing yards. Devontae Williams, 513. He's good. That's a good one. Colin Sung with passing yards, 1,081. And we got Brandon Jones, a defensive player, 115. Don't know what that means, but I say that means like rushing yards. Pastor 10 has 4 interceptions in the year. For the Rockies, the only team leader right now is Hunter Goodman, batting average .278. Home runs 18, RBIs 56, OBP .324, hits 93. For the NHL, McKinnon in 3 categories, Miles Wood in 2. That is it for the first part of the pod. Now let's talk about the NBA. Man, Cam Johnson and Jones trade, man, that bet had the best offseason for the Nuggets of all time. I don't know why they just don't have those great opportunities like they had before. And like in 2023. Like I'm still confused why they just had that happen. Alright, now we're gonna talk about some stuff I found from Chat GPT for off-season stuff. So we're gonna talk about segment 1, our Broncos off-season. Let's start with the Broncos training camp. It's heating up, and so is the QB room. Bo Nix, Jared Stidham, and Zach Wilson is a wild mix. Early reports say Nix is poised but he's really ready to lead his team week 1. I mean, Payne clearly loves his control, and Nix fits that smart, low mistake mold. But if the O-line doesn't step up, it won't matter who's under center. I'm watching that left tackle battle huge question marks. All right, hot take time. All right, our first hot take will be the Denver Nuggets and the trade-offs right now between the off-season stuff and the battling through other stuff like injuries in the past, handling another running back injury. Hope he comes back today. All right, guys, music time. All right, this is the hot take now. Let me talk to this music right here. So our hot take is going to be Broncos online, the defense of the Hunter that came from a good college. Hopefully he brings in good all-line stuff and better insert of big things in the future. So our first hot take was that. Second thing, what about them Nugget? What about them Avalanche? Making some big smart moves during the season, grabbing some good goalie for another great one. Win the Stanley Cup in 2021. and just bring in a lot of great faces to make smart moves in the future to win the Stanley Cup. I think they'll have that affinity winning the Stanley Cup, but it's going to come in a price, a really big price into that. Since there's teams like Las Vegas, Anaheim, Utah, you have all those great teams in the AFC West or the NFC, whatever league conference they're in all of that. So you had that discussion, and then you have the capacity of the big deals going around, the big trades during the season, getting potential players that can make you go to the Eastern Conference. Oh wait, yeah, West Conference, and trying to win the Stanley Cup for your team. Try and go for a sweep, gentleman sweep, or anything that could work. All right, guys, that'll be the end of this segment. Here will be another music for the third segment.
If you smell what the Rock
Now we're going to talk about some questions from the studio. The first question is, why does the Avalanche not make these trades during the offseason? So it's because during the offseason you have practices and you don't have enough money like in the season to make good trades. But also, people like Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, that's the only two, and Gabriel Landeskog are all three good leaders, but couldn't step up enough to win the Stanley Cup in the past couple years. So now they have different ways to come back to the best team in the world to win. All right, guys, that'll be the end of this segment. We're about to get to our next segment. Will be for the MLB and their teams. All right, let's talk about the Rockies firing their manager, Bud Black. Bud Black has been a great guy for the Rockies, great manager, led into a World Series in 2006, but they have not been winning games, and they were on track to be the worst team in MLB, and still on track to become that. All right, guys, that'll be the end of the show. Have a great day. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to talk about the morning stuff. The morning traffic. So traffic is looking good on I-25. If you guys get out there during the rush hour and get to work on time, drive responsibly and safe. This was the big rodeo yesterday and tonight too. We got 2, got 3, got 4, got 5, got 6. Alright, let's talk about Colorado State Rams. Bold competitors last year. I'm proud to be a CSU Ram. Indeed it is. Going to the Pac-12 is a big move for the Colorado State Rams. You see Deion Sanders on the other side of the border over there being like, oh, we're having problems with the salary problem with the people coming to one college to see you. And that's what's going on in the Big Ten right now. I think that's what's going on in the Big Ten. I don't know about the Pac-12 or anything. I don't know if it's going all over the place or not. But this is all the time we have for today's show. Thank you guys for watching the practice show on Vickers Podcast.